I mean, I would say it extends beyond just young people to every kind of age group is starting to recognize more of the impacts. I think they're becoming more visible, they're becoming more evident in our day to day, especially when you see summer heats rising up and up and colder months getting colder and colder, the impact that hurricanes are having, tornadoes are having. All these things kind of come together as like this massive, like, hey, look, here's the physical evidence of it. And so it's a lot easier to see it happening. And not only that, but with social media the way that it is now, people have so much more access to seeing these things happen and the impact that it has. And so especially when you look at younger adults and adolescents, what you're going to see is, those groups kind of having more of that at their fingertips of saying, like, look at what we are being left with. And the younger generation is typically always the one that kind of leads the charge. I mean, you can think back to like the hippies, right? Like back in the 70s, or the beatniks back in like the 40s and 50s. Like these are all groups that kind of led the charge of making change politically, socioeconomically, in so many different ways. So the youth movement is always such a fun thing to see because they have so much energy and power and desire for change. So I think we have to remember that change is slow. Doing things on kind of a more local level can be really empowering, trying to do things that we can feel like we have more control over. Passing legislation is something that we just don't have that level of massive control over. In the study, it said that like a lot of those young adults and adolescents felt hopeless. Hopeless is such a big word there that I hear a lot of my clients say, I feel hopeless for this. That hopelessness can lead to the depression that you're talking about, or lead to anxiety of like, what can I do, or where can I gain control over my environment? And so it's really about reframing and trying to find ways that you can help on a smaller scale, whether it's going to like a local protest or a local gathering or signing a petition, that can happen on a smaller scale level, but can also have a really, really big impact in the community and also on your own mental health and well-being.